Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Meladia Salsabila Ulfah. I am from Department of Mathematics Education, Sebelas Maret University. In here, I will presentation my paper, and the title is Student Mathematical Mindset in Solving Non-Routine Problem and Investigation. Introduction. Mathematics is one of the most important mental tools that must be owned by everyone as pillar and smoothness of life in modern civilization. Therefore, realizing that the importance of mathematics need to be understood and mastered by all levels of society, especially for students from elementary school to college. I-CMME have main goal of learning mathematics should be to encourage students believe that mathematics makes sense, to increase student sensitivity to the power of mathematics, and to have confidence in their ability to think. Learning mathematics can make students think logically, critically, and rationally. Therefore, some students consider learning mathematics difficult to understand. According to Salim and Parchono 2018, the main cause of difficulty in understanding mathematics is because mathematics is abstract. This is in the stark contrast to the think of students who are accustomed to elementary school think in concrete objects. In the process of solving mathematics problem, conceptual knowledge is very important to understand the basic concept in solving them. During the process of solving mathematics problems, procedural knowledge is needed to show the steps to solve them. According to Hajar and Sari, 2018, the factors that cause students difficult in problem solving are a. Student cannot understand problem solving. B. Student cannot manage the data. C. Student forget the material they are studying. If on the prerequisite material, student understanding of concept is lacking and expensive misconception, then student may have difficult solving problem and fostering negative thinking pattern. This is in line with the principle and standard of school mathematics, that understanding mathematical concept and procedure is very important for students in the learning process to build the mathematical mindset needed in solving mathematics problems. This is because the mathematical mindset can reflect an active learning method to learn mathematical knowledge, where students place themselves to understand and interpret what they learn. Dweck 26 mindset is a person's self-perception of flexibility and the ability of their brain to grow and develop. According to Dweck, everyone has one of two basic mindsets, namely a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Someone who has a growth mindset believes that intelligence and talent can be honed and developed over time, effort and learning followed by sincerity and preference. While someone who has a fixed mindset believes that intelligence and talent are fixed, they cannot change. Dweck World 2017. The mathematical mindset is a determining factor for the success of students. The mindset the students have affect their academic path, effort, motivation, resilience, and perseverance of students. Besides on the above background, those problem skills are very important for every student to have. And having a development mindset is very important for students to make them more positive in addressing problems. One of the materials can examine mathematical problem solving skill is integer. In the integer material, students are required to solve problems related to several integer and integer arithmetic operations. With this background, Results are student mathematical mindset in solving non-routine problem and investigation. In the research, use methodology. Use method is descriptive and qualitative. Focus on one student's mathematical mindset. And the second is solving mathematical problem on number operation. The research subject, we use 2 students of class 7 at SMP Negeri 1 Tanon, Sragen Regency. The instrument is instruments in the front of test and interview witness to obtain information about student mathematical solving ability in number operation in terms of mathematical mindset. The data collection technique was carried out by giving a test instrument to students with as many as 2 questions regarding integer operation, where each question contains 4 stages of mathematical problem solving ability, namely the understanding stage, the planning stage for completion, the state of implementing the completion plan, and the re-examination stage, and the results of interview with students, strengthen student answer, and find out the mathematical mindset of student. And this is an instrument for the question to how to student give a problem solving, and student mathematical mindset instrument by Fuller and Dweck. We use instrument this is can read, and data analysis technique. We use 3: 1 data reduction, 2 display data, and 3 conclusion drawing at or verification. Discussion. This is question 1. In the top is answer from subject 1. In the subject 1's answer, student can understand when the indicator is in the form of identifying knowing data, and the data is asked for problem solving. Students have not been able to write down what data is known. At the stage of planning for completion, students have not been able to identify the right steps and strengths in solving the given problem. At the stage of implementing the completion plan, students have not been able to complete the correct answer right incorrectly. This is supported by the result of interview conducted by the author of strengthen the analysis of student answer. In the bottom is answer from subject 2. Student set 2 answers. Student can fulfill the understanding stage where the indicator is in the form of identifying knowing data and asking for the data for problem solving. Student can write down known data in the front of correct answer. 3. Incorrect 1. Question 100. And answer question is 2. Lauren answered 98 questions and 50 of them were correct. In the data asked, students have not been able to write it down. At the stage of planning a solution, students can identify the right step or steps for solving problem. Students can write 50 X3 for questions that are answered correctly and 48 X1 for wrong answer. However, if the student is wrong in entering the wrong patterns, it should be -1 to 1. At the planning stage of completion, student can carry out the chosen plan to determine the point of observation such as adding up. Based on the answer interview with students in subject 1, it shows that their students are still relatively low in a problem solving. But in the final statement, the student can answer correctly In contrast to answer and interview the subject to show that their problem-solving ability much lower. In identifying and operating is still wrong and cannot operation with negative number. This is question number 2. This is answer from subject 1. Subject on the student answer in figure on subject 1 and the stage of understanding student have identifying knowing data and the data acts for problem solving. In addition, at the stage of planning for completion, students have not been able to identify the right step and strategies in solving to the given problem. And the stage for rechecking, students have not been able to identify the truth of the solution equation. The result are supported by result of interview conducted by the author to strengthen the analysis of student answer. The next is answer from subject 2 in question 2. Based on students' answer in figure 2 on subject 2, at the stage of understanding, students have not been able to identify knowing data. The data asks for problem solving. In addition, at the stage of planning for completion, students have not been able to identify the right step and strategies in solving the given problem. At the examine stage, students have not been able to identify the truth of the solution option. Based on answer and interviews with students in student 1 or subject 1, it's shown that these students are still low in problem solving. All stages of problem solving are met, but the strategies and final result are wrong, so the answer are also wrong, as well as answer and interviews with subject 2 shown that the problem-solving ability is low, where indicators are met, but in operation the number is wrong, and result in the final answer being wrong. In the mathematical mindset of learning, in subject 1 and subject 2, based on the answer of the two subjects, the mathematics is a difficult subject. The result obtained will be the same. When wrong on the problem and the answer is wrong, students do not to try again until they get the right answer. Students understand when they make mistake, but do not do anything. To justify the answer, assume that the students themselves are not too smart. Therefore, from the answer from the two subjects, it can be concluded that both of them have a fixed mindset. Conclusion. Based on the result of a discussion, students have not been able to transform the problem into a mathematical model carefully. It can be seen from the answer student. In the final result, students have not been able to identify the answer obtained. It's very important to recheck the answer. Students can avoid mistake in solving problem. Of all the indicators of problem-solving ability, students are still not able to fulfill them. This is result is the same as the mathematical mindset of students who have a fixed mindset, where students give the perception the mathematics is a difficult subject. The effort is not effortless, and the result obtained will be the same. Correct students understand when they make a mistake, but do not do anything to justify the answer, assuming that the students themselves are not smart. The result of the analysis show low mathematical problem-solving ability by having a fixed mindset. Thank you very much for your attention. This is my presentation for my paper. When you have question, can write in the comment box. And thank you very much for the attention. See you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.